Hey there, I'm Jonathan. Welcome back to Game Dev XR. What we're going to look at in this video is level streaming and how we can do it in VR. So before going ahead and having you panic about what I've got, all I've got is the default template motion controller scene, and I've deleted all the meshes in it apart from what you can see on the right hand side, and I've just renamed it as well to level persistent, which is going to act as our main level essentially, which everything's going to go in. So with level streaming, what we need to do is we need to go to Window and Levels so we can see our levels. And a good way to think of this is layers in photo editing software. So like Photoshop, you've got different layers, have different things. And this is how we're going to use our level streaming. So the first thing we need to do is make some new levels. So I'm just going to right click level and we're going to call this level 1. And then we'll do a level 2. And we'll do another one, level underscore 3. We'll do a couple of them. That way, at least we know what we're doing. Oh, 3. Excellent. So what we need to do now is just drag these onto our scenes. And you see they go in order. And what we're going to do is, just to show how it is, you can see that we can hide them. So we've got hidden, we got visible and hidden. We can also unload and load. So I'm going to go to level 1. And we're going to bring in a cube. And what we can also do as well is, if I bring this up, we can actually do only in current level. So if we flick through, you see we select the persistent level, we've got everything in there for our sky, our player, our nav mesh, which is where you're going to want it. And then level 2's got nothing, level 3's got nothing, but level 1 has our cube. So if we scale this up, let's put it to world 0. So we've got a floor. Cool. And I think I've got a material somewhere which will be really useful for this. So let me find that. Show it in Explorer instead, and I'm going to copy my materials to it. Then we go in there. Yep, there they are. Excellent. So material instance. Let's stick this on the floor after it finishes compiling. Might need to open them all up. Alright, so I just had to set that up real quick. So what we got? We've got a floor. Let's make some walls in here. So let's do like a linear level. Don't want to be too bad. I'm just going to make something fun. Cool. Now we hit P on the keyboard. Make sure our nav mesh is over it. Now we can actually hide that level if we wanted to. But what we'll do is we'll actually move on to level 2. So with this selected, we're going to go to the same thing. Actually, we can actually copy these cubes, and I'm going to hold Alt just to duplicate it over. But this time, let's go around the corner. Doesn't have to be perfect. It's only so we get an idea of what's going on. Cool. And then let's do a little bit more. Why not do some little fun level stuff while we're at it? To be fair, I'm just using this as an excuse to do some level design. Cool. And then we'll do another one, just so we can get up there. And we'll bring a wall around. So we can kind of climb up, or at least we'll find out if I've done it too high up. I think I have. Let's just make this safe. So we'll do some like stair type things. Bring that down there. Do another floor. Oh, why am I on? Let's get back out of that. Cool. So now you'll see if I hide the first level, we've got the second one. If I hide the second one, we've got different chunks. So let's move on to 3. Gonna copy that. And then if I hide it, we'll do another cube. So, oh, cancel. If Unreal doesn't freeze, delete. What if I broke? I have no idea what that was. Alright. Back to only a current level. Got that. Let's just duplicate this down. We'll use this as a floor. So you can see we've got 3 levels, literally. So we've got the lower one, we've got the middle one, and then we've got the top one. So we can actually hide these and bring them in at different times. So saves memory, which is exactly what level streaming is. But the thing is, we want to be able to control when we do this. So as we get around, we want to hide this one and then load the top one. So there's a couple of things we need to do. And the first thing we're going to do is just hide these, just so we know what we're working with. We're going to select our persistent level. We're going to go to Blueprints, Open Level Blueprints, or Level Blueprint. So this is our persistent level. What we need to do is go to Event Begin Play. So we're going to use an Event Begin Play, and we'll do type in Load Stream Level, and we're going to make visible after loading, and it should block on load. And the level that we want to load in is our level _01. What we could do actually, so we don't have to type all these out if we change them around and use different things to control it, is if we go to Blueprints, create an enumeration, call it level names enum, and we can create some in here. Create 3, so we've got level _01. Let's just copy them. Remember to change the number on the end. Let's go 02, and I realized I need a capital on the beginning of them, and I already named one of my levels wrong. So let's just fix this. Excellent, so we got level 1, level 2, and level 3. We're going to hit save. Don't need that anymore. Level 2, where are you in my maps? Let's just rename this real quick. Excellent. They're all using the same name. Let's bring in enum that we made. So we're going to make a new variable, call it level name. And then here we can type in level name enum. We can actually access it, save, so we can get access to it. We can bring it in, get level, and we can plug it into there. If we compile and save, now if we simulate, nothing happens. So I think that is because our level blueprint needs to be a conversion to enum to string, and then string to text. Now if I hit simulate, yep, excellent. So we've got our first level stream coming in, and what we can do is hide this. So we'll do compile save. So that's our first level. So you can see we've got actually nothing in our persistent, but if we hit play, our first scene loads up, which is exactly what we're after. So we might as well go to our first one. And now we need to work out a way that we can load in our second area. What I'm thinking of doing is just using a button. So we press the button and it'll load the second area. So I'm going to make a blueprint. I'm going to call it an actor, BP underscore level stream button. Let's go, yeah, 01, because we'll make a couple of them. So we're going to hit save. And in here, we're just going to make a cube. So add component, cube, and we'll select the default scene route and we'll add a collision, or a box collision. And then we'll scale them both down. We'll bring this in to compile, save. In an event graph, we'll remove all of these because we don't need them. And we'll select our box. We're going to scroll down and we're going to use event begin overlap. And stream, load stream level. We can basically copy the same thing from our level blueprint. Or we could copy the whole thing actually. And then hook it up to our stream level. And we just need to make sure we have our enum. So variable level name level name's enum. Okay, excellent. So that's all set up. We need to compile. There we go. File, save all. We'll close this down, and we need to place this in our scene. So if we place it somewhere around here, we could do it so we can wave a hand over it, but I think we'll be able to teleport into it as well. So let's do that. We'll teleport onto it to load the next area. And then in level 2, we're going to need the same thing for the top of the stairs. So when we get to here, we're going to load our next part. And you remember that we created the enum if I actually expose that parameter, which I was meant to do. What we can do now is select which level stream we load in. So level 1, or this area, so level 1 is going to need to load level 2. Level 2 is going to need to load level 3. And then we can actually have a level 3 if we change this around again. Have it so we can load level 1 back in. Let's just try this. See how it works. So we've got a little circuit going. We'll bring this one back in here. And we'll scale it up. And then we'll set this one to load level 1. So in theory, when we hit this box, it loads level 2. When we hit this one, it loads level 3, and then back to level 1. So we hide that one, and you see as we go. Let's say we make a mistake and we want something that's outside of our level. Let's do this on 2. So if I hide 2, it's hiding this block here, but we actually have this in our 3rd level that we want. So if I hide 2, you see it's moving in the wrong place. What we can actually do is we can select that object. Or if we move to level 3, we select the object, we can right click and actually move selected actors to level. So now if we hide it, we're actually got the content back in our scene, or in the correct persistent level that it's got. So I could press play now, but we'd run into an error where our nav mesh stops us from going anywhere. So I'm going to go back to our persistent level, get our nav mesh volume, and let's just scale this up so it encompasses the entire world. What would probably be a better way to do it is just to have multiple nav meshes overlapping the areas that you need, and then when they load in, it's automatically there. Actually, if I'm going to do it, I might as well do it right. So we've got our first nav mesh. We're going to copy that. So it's over here. Let's bring it down so it's got one floor. Then we've got the next 2, next 3, and we'll just scale this one all the way up. So we're still blocking areas that we don't want the player to go to. So for example, all the way up here. And then we'll just copy another one down here. So it's probably going to be a large level, but hopefully we'll be able to get the idea. So we've got our nav mesh set up. Now if I do file save all, what I need to do is in my project settings, so I don't forget, go to maps and modes, or packaging, sorry, and I've got it set up so it'll only build the maps that I'm using. So I need to actually add the new maps into it. So level streaming, yep, content, getting lost in my own stuff, maps, got level 1, blueprint, maps, level 2, and maps, level 3, open. Excellent, so now I'm going to hit save all, and I'm going to do a build to the headset, and we'll jump in and have a look. So we've loaded up the project, and we're in it now, and as you can see, we've got only the one level. So this is the persistent level loading the level 1 on top of it. Hope this all makes sense. So if we actually go over to the cube and we teleport into it, you see that it loads the next section, and we've got the last one there as well. And if we keep going around, we can teleport up, and then there's nothing there. When we jump into this cube, it loads the next section, which we can teleport around. And then if we jump into this one, nothing happens because our level is already loaded. We've got some nav issues, but that's fine for now. Let's see if we can get to the edge. Nope, so the nav mesh cuts off there. So what we'll look at now is how we can actually unload levels as we go. So if we're up here and we haven't pressed the button, we don't need the bottom layer. And same as going back over there. So let's jump back over to Unreal and we'll get that sorted. So there's multiple different ways to do level streaming. I'm going to hide our nav mesh because we know it works, or at least it does up until that point. So let's double check what that cube does, which level it's doing. Level 1, stream the bottom one. Okay, so let's say we hit the button and we move into the next area. We need to unload the area before it. Normally this would be done with buttons or timers, and you'd have an invisible door. So let's say there's a wall here. As I press the button, the door opens. I go into the next part, and when the door closes, it unloads the next level or the previous level. So it's not constantly there. But because we don't have that, I'm just going to make another stream button. So let's duplicate this. And if I open it up, let's change the material to something else. So I'll just make a new material. Material m_button. We'll make this another color. So base color. Let's make it blue. Actually, blue's not going to stand out very well on that floor. Let's go back to red. I like red. Let's say apply and save. So we can actually set our new cube to use our red color. Hit compile so it just updates in the editor. Save. And what we need to do now is go to the event graph and unload stream level. Unload stream level. Going to do the exact same thing. So we hook it up there. Hook our level name down there. Just block unload. No, I don't think we need block unload. So what block unload does is actually stops other things loading in. So let's say you've got 4 different levels. They're loading in at the exact same time. You could block it so this would consume all the stuff, but we don't really need it for this. So I'm just going to delete that one. So we got our unload level. I'm going to hit compile and save. And again, we've already got our names set up, so we can actually just swap these out. So we don't need to do anything with that. So now what I'm going to do, just so I make sure I'm in the right area, I'm going to unload our level outside the area and make sure they're not overlapping. Don't want to fall off if I unload the floor that I'm on. And you can see I've actually put that in the persistent level by mistake, but it needs to be in level 2. So just right click with the level selected, move selection here. So now if I hide that, it's gone. We'll do level 1. So when we hit this button, we're unloading level 1. And then we're going to do the same thing up here. So make sure level 3. Nope. See, if I left it there, we would have fallen through the floor. So we'll leave it here. That way, when I hide level 2, so this is where it gets confusing. So I've got level 1. Press that button, it unloads. That's in level 2. The next button should be in level 3, not level 2. So that one should be in here. Move select axis to current level. So when I hide 2, it's still there. I could actually put it in the same level as level 2, and then when I hit it, it disappears, which might actually be the better way to do it. Okay. Move selected axis to current level. So if I hide level 2, it removes the button, and we'll double click the button and we'll say remove level 2. For level 1, we'll make sure it's on level 1, move select item to current level. So the button to hide the level is in the level itself. So it's at level 1. I hope this is making sense. It's a little bit confusing to wrap your head around, especially if I've done it in a circle. Probably doesn't help. So we've got another one. Going to hit OK because we're just going to move it to a different place. And make sure it is button 5, I think. And then if we move it up here, actually we move it back down to level 1. So this unloads level 3. So we now have 3 of the objects in there. That last one needs to be in level 3. So if I had level 3, that's gone. Excellent. So now when we touch these, we should actually hide the levels behind us. I hope this is making sense because I confused myself, but I'll keep this in just so we do it. So I'm going to launch the project now and we'll be able to jump back in and see how it goes. Excellent. So we're back in. We can teleport. So now if we hit this box, it loads the next scene. If I go around, does nothing, but if we jump into this one, it unloads it. And then we can go back up the stairs into this one. Doop, doop. And then when we drop back in this, it unloads. So hopefully this is a good enough explanation of what level streaming is. See, we jump in this one, shows us level, and it doesn't seem to like nav mesh on this block for some reason. Let's see if I can, aha, there. So you see, drop into the level 1, level 3 disappears, and we can start again. So this is just a simple way of making level streaming. I hope it's a good example of what it is and how you can use it. So you can hide and unload levels and sort of work in itself. So we jump back in the engine, we'll do an overview just before we end. So we've got 3 levels which are in our scenes. You can actually open these up as individual levels if you want more control. So you see there's no lighting in them, but it's got everything that we've been using. You can do the same thing through all of them, and then you just go back to the persistent one to make sure it's there. So we've got a button which hides the level, which is our red one, so it hides level 3. We've got our button which loads the level, and all this is literally we've got our persistent level, which you need to make sure you've got, otherwise you just won't have a level. And you can even tell it once it's complete to do different things. So I hope this helped. Might have rambled on a little bit, but I just wanted to cover as much as possible and try and get it down really just to show how it was. So just remember to have your nav mesh in your persistent level. I think you can change it to the other levels, but if you're teleporting over to it, it's probably best to just set it up like that. If you want to check out this project and the file or this scene, what I'll do is I'll put it on my Patreon, so you'll be able to download it from there and be able to go in and check it out. And then hopefully this covered enough and how you could use it in VR. If you're new to the channel, it would be nice if you could subscribe. It helps out quite a bit, and it also means that you don't miss out any future videos, as I'm going to try and start making some more of these types of things, do some level design kind of stuff. If not, don't worry, then we've got a Discord if you want to jump in and hang out there. There's quite a few people going over VR and Quest development, even switching over from Unity, so if you're new to that kind of thing, or if you're new to Unreal, probably worth checking out. But until then, stay safe, and I'll see you later. Bye!